Hello everyone, it's Cameron, CB, whatever you want to call me. I'm back again. So, we're going to finish up this world tour. There's going to be, again, a lot of parts. So far, I just finished recording the first part here of this island and my mine from underground and everything. I guess, okay, so to get started, I believe it might be best to fly over to our new base. So let's go ahead and get over there right now. If I can remember which button to press. There we go. Okay, so as stated before, the buoys are kind of a guide, and it's gonna kind of hit us pretty fast. We're gonna be hitting my beachside city first. So we'll speed through this real quick. As you can see in the distance, our little beachside city is coming into view right now. I'm trying to stay a little low. I don't want to show off too much of the world as soon as we get over here. So there's a lot in the background. So, let's start. Okay, where to start? Right here is where we're going to start. There's a lot of villagers here, by the way. But this right here is one of the first structures. Well, actually, no. I built this structure way after I built my current base, which is off in that direction behind all these buildings. So we're gonna start with the little seaside shack. That's a hard word to say, but yeah, I got a little bed in here, a bunch of little stuff, just a little nice little area in case I want to set my spawn point on here. I can go fishing off the dock, you know. It looks nice. You got a nice little view of everything. But let's go ahead and go this way. So a couple of these buildings are built from tutorials I found on YouTube. So this one, I don't remember the creator, but this is a modern like apartment complex that somebody came up with, and I used their tutorial and kind of, you know, made it fit for myself. And then let's start with the houses over here. So this one right here, this is Corrales. This is his design. I actually had to go back and really look for his video because it was pretty crazy trying to find this really old design that he made. I've always loved this modern house. It's kind of like halfway underground, mostly underground, and it's got a really nice design to it. If you go in here, you know, like this little bunker, he says, where you can kind of look out. Looks really cool. You got a lot of glass. Your crafting table back there. But yeah, again, just a lot of like open. You can see everything, and I've always really enjoyed this design, you know. Again, you can see into the basement, and the basement gets skylight and everything, which is a common theme in this world. You'll see is that I love natural lighting, so we'll get to that in a second. Again, down here, now I'll put this down here because again I have villagers that are living in this city that I decided to put here because it was just a little too empty. So I put them here, and I have a villager that lives in this house, so I gave him a cartographer's table. And again, just here's a little basement. It's not too much. So let's go to the next house. Again, it's another design by Corrales. So I really like this house. He designed it and everything. He didn't use this this block combination. I did use the same blocks that I used to build that, which is white concrete and gray concrete. But I really do like the way it turned out. You have this little corridor over here, and then you have your little cactus in your front yard and all that. You know, you got sand out here because we're on a beach and all that. I don't know why there's a cactus on the beach, but it's Minecraft. It's not supposed to make sense. So I didn't really do too much decorating in here because again, these houses, I rarely come in here. I just wanted to go ahead and get something quick and easy. So I put like a in rod right there in the wall. Got in rods hanging from the ceiling for lighting. I made like a little makeshift kitchen over here. I like how this right here, it kind of blends in. Like you see, you got this design that goes right there. You got the white concrete right here. And then you got the crafting table right there. I really like how that turned out. Now this was supposed to be like a solid column that went all the way throughout the house. I just think it looks so much cooler to have this cut out right here in the middle. And then again, having this little shelf with your plants and everything on it. And I guess these two villagers are in love. I'm gonna leave them alone and everything. But we go out on the balcony here, a little piece of glowstone, lighting it up. So let's go downstairs. I'll go ahead and show you guys the downstairs. Now this goes into the basement. Again, you got this common theme that Corrales likes to use, where again, everything you can see out of the house really easily. Here's a little storage room. And then you go downstairs even more. And here you go, the basement. So let's go ahead and leave here. and go to this next house. Again, I think this is a design by Rizal. So this is cyan, terracotta, spruce wood, and quartz blocks. Even though it's dark out here, nothing really to worry about. Everything's really well lit up in my world. It's pretty compact on the inside. It's really tight. But yeah, here you go. Nothing really too much to look at here. It's a bed, chest, a couple of windows and everything. Alright, so we'll move on from here. There's again, not much going on this part of the little boardwalk, I guess you could say. I like this road design. It's simple. I kind of got some inspiration from my one of my original worlds when I played on Xbox 360 many years ago. I guess let me show you guys the inside of here. So here's like the reception area. I never did flesh it out too much. If we go upstairs, this is like, I'm only gonna show you guys like the first apartment because they all look the same. I made them all look the same in here. So I'll show you guys this one. A little kitchenette, your little plan on an end table, get a couch, a little wall made of trapdoors that are open, and here's your double bed. And this villager's yelling at me to get out of his house, so we'll do that. And we'll go up to the top floor. Up here you get a pretty good view of everything. I'm not going to look in the, I guess what would you say, this is, that's north. I'm not going to look in the southern direction. I'll kind of give you guys a little look right here. As you can see right there, I'm sure you can get a good glimpse of the rest of the world, but that's for a future part. That's supposed to be my house. That's why there's little fence gates right there. This is an old design. I had this railway going around here because I wanted to put a zombie up here in a minecart, but it didn't work out too well. He ended up burning alive, so we go along with that. But here's the design for the top of the hotel. So we'll do what any normal sane person does and go ahead and jump off of here. Okay. Again, this is a classic design. This is from again my normal, or not normal, my original Xbox 360 world that I have. But here's like the entrance area, the little reception area. Each room is pretty much the same. Close that door. Go up to the second floor. Again, pretty much every floor is the exact same. Glowstone everywhere. Very classic Minecraft look with the full glass blocks and everything. I wanted to really encompass that feel whenever I put this building together. The only thing that I changed is the direction of these logs. They used to all be vertical logs, but you know, with the addition, with later updates in Minecraft, you could place logs horizontally. So I went ahead and did that there. And I really like this like separation or fencing design that I'm using, where you just like, you know, put leaves, glowstone under there. Makes everything look nice. So here's my house. I got inspiration just from a random picture I found on Google of like a modern house. It's kind of similar to the same, like, not design, it's not the same shape or dimensions or anything, but like the style, like the stairs over here, the kind of indentation for the front door, kind of having that over there. But if we go inside, it's actually a really nice design. So I've seen some like furniture designs on the internet, and I like this whole like keg look right here. It's really cool. And like the little nozzle, you get the barrel on top of the little stand right there. Here's my kitchen design, a bunch of sideways barrels and everything. And I think I actually got lighting under there. Keep the kitchen lit up because it's kind of dark in here. But there's actually glowstone in the corner there. And yeah, glowstone in the corner there. Nice little, you know, stove design. Sink area. I actually forgot to put water back in here. And then here's my fridge. And then here, it's kind of like an art gallery type living room. You have a bunch of like paintings and everything on the wall. The painting is supposed to represent TV. I guess they're watching like Street Fighter or something. And then of course like my two favorite paintings in the game are hung up on the wall. And then here's a little dining area. I really like the carpet design in here. Spent a lot of time with that. The reason why there's so many like raised carpets is because I actually put glowstone under some of these. Or not glowstone, but sometimes jack-o'-lanterns. So that way the area could be lit up because it got really dark in the middle. Except for this room. This room's fine. Again, bunch of paintings and everything on the wall. Over there, at the end of the little peninsula, I'm supposed to build a lighthouse. That's one of my plans. Haven't got around to it yet. There's a lot of things in this world. Alright, so we'll go up to the second floor, and then we'll go to the basement. So from the second floor, we have like a little glass balcony and everything. We can kind of look over into the living room and dining area. You have your beds. Have your little plants designed. You have a little pot with a dead plant inside with a leaf on top. Makes it look like a little potted plant, you know. Have your little jukebox and note blocks over here, making like a little sound system. Down here in the basement, I wanted to really have some fancy lighting design, and so again I got inspiration from like Google Images. They had like the tinted glass going around like this, and I decided to like incorporate the concrete blocks that were dark and then put glowstone in the middle just to kind of like fit the rest of the build. And I felt like it really came out nice. Again, there's nothing down here because I don't really know what to do, but mostly just like an art gallery, as you can tell. Got the skeleton sitting in the chair, or the seashell. Or is that a shoe? It looks like a shell. Yeah, it looks like a seashell. And then again, you got some hidden glass along the edge here that you can look out into the sky, so you get some natural lighting down here. And plus, of course, you want to also have a little bit of an underwater room. There you go. And you can kind of see the buildings over there. And again, that same design, just transformed for each room. And then, of course, the last room, nothing in here. Just a nice house overall. Nice and large. If you wanted to like build anything like this, you could totally like maybe even use this little room for like a mining area. Like have your stairs going all the way down to like, you know, the new like what, -54 I believe it is, to mine diamonds or something like that. I know it looks dumb just to have a random piece of glowstone on a fence post, but again, just paying tribute to my original Xbox 360 world. This I had something like this placed at spawn, and I just wanted to pay tribute, so I just went ahead and threw that there. Use the classic villager light posts for that was in the villages, and I put those on these like little planters all along here, just for lighting throughout the city. Now, here's one of my bigger projects that I spent a lot of time building. I wanted to make a super smelter. I spent a lot of time in creative designing this. It's not anything crazy. It goes off the same principle that a lot of other super smelters go off of. It works. Here's your input chest. This is where you put the coal, the fuel, and this is your output. There's mine carts behind each of these blocks. If I hit this switch, it sends the mine cart off, goes along a row of hoppers, and spreads the coal evenly between all the furnaces. Same with the input. And you can actually see that the minecart goes along the top there. But that's what this looks like from the front. Now, I wanted to come up with like a fancy design and incorporate it into like a skyscraper. So essentially we call this Super Smelter Industries. And you open the door, you just come in here. It's a nice little staircase that goes into the skyscraper. But if you want to see the wiring behind the project, it's back here. So as you can see, we got our little lower area where we can inspect and make sure nothing gets stuck in our hopper system. Okay, and then this is normally where you would store all of your coal and everything, is in these chests right here. You have a nice little bookshelf, and you have a rear exit that goes outside. There's a monster skeleton burning over there. These are iron doors because when I was playing in hard mode, these actually got broke down whenever they were spruce doors. Now over here we can actually inspect the mechanism. So again, 2 minecarts with hoppers under these chests that I can fill up, and again they just get sent along this line. If I could jump up there we go, and you can just send them along there and they will go ahead and fill up all these furnaces. Now over here, if we go in through this door, you have the original little reception area. Again, not too much detail in here because I don't come in this building often, but spent a lot of time building this. Watched a podcast while doing it, but it's really nice. I'm walking slowly over this. You'll see why in a bit, but yeah. So nice little reception area, nice little balcony right here. But if we go ahead and just go up the stairs, each floor is pretty much the same, so you'll see the same thing. And we'll just keep going up and up and up until we get to the top floor, because that's where things get a little bit different. Alright, so up here you have your really big open roof, again with a glass ceiling, One of my biggest things is, like, again, just love that natural lighting and being able to see out of everything. So glass ceiling. I guess it's also kind of a metaphor in a way, a glass ceiling. And of course I want roof access, even though you're not supposed to really be up here. But, you know, I want to be able to get up high. So there you go. This is this building. So again, like I said, what a sane person would do, we'll jump down. And there you go. That's Super Smelter Industries. Behind here, I'll show you the behind of this house. The back of this house, that's a better way to say that. We have our little path that kind of follows behind here. And again, there's that glass that goes into the basement. And the only reason I put glass here is just because there's kind of like a giant hole underneath. And I lit that up. But again, I want to put a lighthouse right here. I know this side of the house looks kind of bland. It's again, it's whatever. So we run this way and just come back to the center of the city. It's not too much of a city. I'll go ahead and show you guys the warehouse. This was supposed to be a storage area. So these are all iron doors because I didn't want the villagers getting in here. We're going to open this up. Let's come over here to the reception. So ideally, you would normally come in through this front door. And again, the name of my world is Savannahaven, so this is the Savannahaven warehouse. You have your little reception desk over here made of andesite. Little stair design over here, just to kind of like keep the continuity of the walls. And then again, Savannahaven warehouse, bookshelf, and an absolutely massive storage system that I'm actually not going to be using anymore. Because I planned on like moving my base technically, even though it's not that far away. I planned on moving technically to this city and like calling this my main base, but I decided against that, and instead I stayed at my original base, which you guys will see probably in the next part. But yeah, this is the warehouse. Here's like a little garage door to get out the back. Again, now I use the iron blocks as like the ventilation system. The acacia trapdoors make for good vents and all that. Again, just very nice design overall. Being able to see like where everything is, nether brick, quartz, all that good stuff. And then here's where I would sleep if I'm in the office a little too late, you know. And I guess let's go ahead and try to just fly up there real quick, because I also want to show you guys the roof of this. So up here we went with a bunch of designs and everything for the actual roof design of the warehouse to kind of make it look like, you know, an actual building. Get your little antenna over there, kind of like your little solar panels or whatnot. You got your little I'm not even sure what those are supposed to be, I just know they look cool. Here's like supposed to be your HVAC units, and again the iron blocks actually correspond to each unit. And then yeah, you got these supposed to be like your air conditioners. These are supposed to represent the fans on top. You got your electrical units that provide like electricity to the building, even though it's Minecraft and that doesn't really exist too much unless you're using redstone. Now this is actually a modified build. Technically, if you chop this house off right about there and only left this part, this is a build that another YouTuber again came up with, but I modified it because I felt like the house was too small and I made it a lot bigger. So let's go ahead and see where I have a bunch of villagers living. So to start, this is our living room. See a nice little loft area up there, but this is the living room. And this is again just like a little entrance area, I forget what those are called. A kitchen, very basic. Just a little workstation area. Nice windows you can see out the back. You can see the front. Go upstairs, downstairs. Dining area. Another living room. I guess that you can say that's the den. This is the living room. Yeah, those are supposed to represent like stand-up speakers, like giant flat screen TV. And then if we go upstairs, we'll go ahead and show you guys again. Here's the front view. You can look out over this, and it's pretty much identical on both sides, but you have your bedrooms with the loft again. You can see over the edge here. I did that because I wanted to have the windows at the top again. Like I said, natural lighting is my favorite thing. So here you go, again another loft. And then we'll go all the way to the basement. There's a cat in here, okay. So, here is our basement. Back here is food storage. You have your watermelons, your hay, pumpkins. Over here is supposed to be like your vault. I did have a couple of like expensive blocks, like diamonds, emeralds, and stuff, but I took those away because they were never really going to get looked at, so I went ahead and kept them on me. Here's my library. Nice big painting, bookshelves, enchanting area, and a lectern back there for the villagers. Over here is a bedroom with my favorite painting of all, the creeper painting. And if we go over here, we have our armory. I guess it's supposed to be like blood or something on here. I'm not sure what I was going with this, just for the fun of it. And then just armor stands with random armor I have. A couple of useful things like an anvil, grindstone, and a stone cutter. And of course a loom over there as well. And some barrels for decoration. And last but not least, just kind of a storage area. Again, not really going to ever use it for its intended purpose, more for aesthetic. And that's this house in a nutshell. So we'll go ahead and let's see, what else can we show over here? I guess that should be it pretty much for this part. I'll go ahead and show you guys the back part of the build over here. So again, this is just the rear end of Super Smelter Industries. There is the iron doors I was telling you guys about. Behind each of these trapdoors is actually a pumpkin for lighting, jack-o'-lantern, whatever you want to call it. And then along here you get to kind of see like the outside of the warehouse. Looks really nice. Don't want to give you guys too much of a sneak peek of that until the next part. And then here's the back end of the warehouse. Again, the little garage door area. Entry doors made of iron doors. And then here's this is the main road that goes on to the next part. So we'll go ahead and do this. There we go. Okay, so that is the second part of my world tour. This is the beachside city. This is we're standing right in front of the Savannahaven warehouse right now. Again, the name of my world is Savannahaven, and in the next part you guys will figure out why it's called Savannahaven. So I'll see you then. Later.